Joy Taylor joining me, of course, on Undisputed this morning. So Joy's here as well. Hulk Hogan in about 15, 20 minutes. Just broke down the game last night, which I thought was unbelievable television. I mean,
so fun.
Oh, so 4 hours of fascinating. And two very, very good football teams. You know, a football length difference. Rams win, Seahawks lose. I think both teams feel like playoff teams to me. They're both fine. Seahawks 4-1, Rams 3-2, separated by inches. Biggest problem for me in that game for anybody is the Rams' lack of a running game. The other big game this weekend, of course, is Green Bay at Dallas. That'll be one of my blazing 5 picks in 40 minutes. And, you know, Jason Garrett facing Aaron Rodgers, once again, he tells everybody, like everybody always does, how talented Aaron Rodgers is.
He's really good in the pocket. He's really good out of the pocket. He's really good on time. He's really good when the play breaks down. He is. Go back and look at his career. You guys know the stats better than I do, but I bet his rating is better than anybody who's ever played the game. His touchdown to interception ratio better than anybody who's ever played in the game. All that stuff. He's a really good player.
Yeah, how come he doesn't win more? He's become Johnny Depp. You keep telling me what a great actor he is. I don't go to his movies unless he plays a pirate. And I don't think Aaron's going to do that. You got to win more. Aaron Rodgers, last 3 years, 13 wins, 13 losses, and a tie. He's 500. Aaron Rodgers, career road record, 40-41. But Colony's been hurt. Yeah, so's Marcus Mariota. And in the last 3 years, Marcus Mariota has a higher winning percentage than Aaron Rodgers. Win more, Chief. I'm tired of the condescending. I'm tired of difficult to coach. I'm tired of the commercials. Win more games, Aaron. By the way, when it comes to close wins, Russell Wilson, 18-12-1, games decided by a field goal or less. Aaron Rodgers, 10-19-1. Okay, Johnny Depp. Here's another $20 million for a movie I won't watch. Win more. Matt Ryan last year had unbelievable numbers. 35 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 69% completion percentage. But you know why we didn't talk about him? Those were equal to his MVP numbers. Why? He didn't win. He was 7-9. Why didn't we talk about Patrick Mahomes in college? You ever seen Patrick Mahomes' college numbers? He threw for like 5,000 yards. They were unbelievable. A zillion touchdowns, very few picks. Why? Because in college, his last year, they were 5-7. Aaron's the only guy that we keep hearing how great he is and he don't win enough. He's a 13-13-1 quarterback last 3 years. And I don't want to hear about the injuries in coaching. Marcus Mariota's been injured. Does he have great coaching? Does he always have great teammates? I don't want to hear about it anymore. I mean, we didn't talk about Mahomes in college we talked about Baker Mayfield because he won. Mahomes is way more talented, didn't win. We don't talk about Matt Ryan when he has great numbers. You've got to win games, and you've got to win close games, and you got to win road games. Talent doesn't pay the bills. Winning does. And that's my thing on Aaron Rodgers. Russell Wilson last night, 8 years. I've got 2 Super Bowls, 3 division titles, and 18-12-1 in close wins. And never hurt. And gets along with mostly everybody. And has great leadership skills. And never gets hit. So you're getting to the point now that I'm putting up with a lot with Aaron. I'm putting up with kind of the attitude. I put up with the ego. He's difficult on coaches. He can be difficult on... And now I'm just not getting enough winning. Again, Johnny Depp's great when he's a pirate. Aaron's pretty good at Lambeau. But I need more than that at $35 million a year. You know, everybody said, oh, how do you justify Russell Wilson's contract? I don't know. I watched last night. That's justifiable. I can easily justify that. Yeah, my eyes are like, yeah, I'll pay that. Here's what I won't pay. 40-41 on the road. Bad in close games. Hurt a lot. Tough to coach. That I don't want to pay for. 3-10 on the road last 3 years. 1-7 on the road last year. Talent isn't getting my kids through college. Winning is. Coaches get fired if you don't win. Coaches don't retain their jobs because, my roster over here, we got nothing but talent. Mark Jackson said that. They fired him. Steve Kerr came in and won. They kept him. Joy with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
Adam Gase announced Sam Darnold is officially out this Sunday against the Eagles.
Should be.
Darnold was hoping to come back this week, but tests showed that his spleen is still enlarged and he could not be cleared to play. This morning, Adam Gase spoke on Darnold's disappointment about not playing this week.
I felt bad for, like, when we told him. I mean, of course, the first thing he says is, I feel like I'm letting the other guys down. It's not about him. And he tried to do everything he could. He did everything he was asked to do. He did everything the doctors told him to do. It just didn't work out for him.
Yeah, that's got to be very frustrating because it's just such a random illness for him to have in the first place, and like there's just no control over it. There's nothing you can do. If you do everything the doctors tell you to do and your spleen is still enlarged, you can't go play.
By the way, Andrew Luck played through stuff like this, and Andrew Luck retired.
There's no question he should not be out there. If the risk is you get out there, and what everyone is already considering to be a lost season, if you get out there with an enlarged spleen, you get hit in the midsection, which is obviously available, and your spleen bursts, then what are you going to do?
And by the way, and if there's any good with this, nobody's getting blamed. Adam Gase can say, you want me to win with my third-string quarterback. There's no pressure on anybody.
No, there's no pressure.
You're losing games because you have an unforeseen illness.
Right.
Nobody in New York should freak out. By the way, there have been lost seasons for teams. Tom Brady, the Patriots had a lost season. Andrew Luck, they had 2.
Yeah, it happens. No one's holding this against Adam Gase or the Jets. It's just one of those things. Like, it's disappointing. Obviously, we wanted to see what their offense could do, take a step up with Le'Veon Bell, another year with Sam Darnold. He'll get out there when he's healthy, as they should be. There's no reason to rush him back and make it worse.
This is not one of my Blazing 5 games, by the way. I talked to people during the week. I think I told you on the air. I said I saw a picture of Darnold a week ago in a T-shirt, and I'm like,
thin, yeah.
He looked thin. I'm like, he's not ready to play. So I would not put this in my Blazing 5 because I never take double-digit favorites, but I was like, take Philadelphia. I told a buddy, and he said, stay away. It feels like a trap. And I said, I don't think he can play. I just saw a picture of him. There's no way he's playing.
And it's not going to get any easier for them either. They have the Cowboys next week and the Patriots. Then they're at Jacksonville and at Miami. So just wait till he's healthy. You don't want to risk a burst spleen. So Patrick Mahomes is known for making highlight reel plays. And last Sunday, he had another one when he looked back at the ref before taking off on a long run. Got up a lot of attention on social media, and Mahomes was asked about his thought process on that play.
I looked back to see if there was a penalty, and I saw that I had the room to run, and I could probably get the first down, but I didn't want to run like 50 yards if I was going to get called back and have to run another play. When I looked back on it, I was like, man, I don't know why I did that. But in the moment, I just kind of thought about it, and I looked back, and I saw there was no flag, so I took off.
Yeah, he's another one of these players that the game slows down for him. As he's watching the official, the game slows down for him. And, like, as he's running full speed, he has the wherewithal to check the referee. And that they always say, Joy, it takes year 2 or 3 and a light goes on.
Right.
And maybe it's not the light goes on, the game slows down.
Yeah.
You can have that kind of self-awareness.
And I know people hate this because, it kind of feels like you're taunting or like you're so good that you have the ability to slow down and look at the ref. And I mean, some people probably feel that way. But he's just that good. And if you have it, you have it.
Yeah.
And I don't think he did it to show anyone up. He just thought about it, had the space to do it.
He's also, he's so likable. He's kind of, there's no, to be that good, and I don't sense any cocky, he's such a, like Steph Curry, he's just so likable.
He does have a Steph Curry essence to him. Now, that said, if they had lost, we'd probably be looking at this a little differently, but they didn't, so the results speak for themselves. This could be the reason why they didn't lose. So I don't have a problem with it. And like I said, if the game is that slow for you and you can do those things, you can take advantage of those moments, then do it.
Yeah.
Finally, the Cowboys offensive line may have finally caught a break. Lyle Collins has not practiced this week, but he is supposed to return to the team today and is expected to play on Sunday. Ty Smith is still out with an ankle injury and is expected not to play, but Cam Fleming will start in place of him, and he started 3 games in place of Smith when he was out last season. They won all 3 against the Redskins, Saints, and at the Giants. So that's somewhat good news for Dallas.
Yeah, it's Listen, this offensive line, it feels like to me in the last 2 years, Joy, they're just more starters missing games. I mean, they're all like first-round guys. They're great, but...
Well, that's eventually going to happen.
Yeah, it is getting... Some of these guys are under contract for many, many more years, but what you're seeing is that you see this in the NBA where a guy bumps knees. First 3 years in the league, he misses a game. Then he starts going on the, IR. Cowboy guys now are missing a lot of starts up front. I know that they weren't in the first 4 years. You just overcome those as a young lineman.
I'm glad that they have a good replacement for Ty Smith in the spot, and obviously it's good news that Collins is going to likely play. The bigger thing to me is, are they going to be able to get Zeke going in this game? Because he was pretty much non-existent against the Saints, and you saw the result of that game. So this is a huge game for the Packers and the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's obviously going to be watching, but...
I was looking, Joy, at the games this weekend. I put 5 games down, Joy, that I thought were like the best watches. Number 1, Dallas, Green Bay. Number 2 was last night. Number 3, Monday Night Football, Baker at San Francisco. Number 4, Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Number 5, Chicago, London. But that Dallas Green Bay game, I know we all think it's big for Dak, but again, Aaron Rodgers has to start winning these games, and he's played very well in Dallas. I think this is
he's comfortable in Dallas.
Yes, I think it's a very big game for Aaron Rodgers. Like, I'm done with excuses. You've got a real defense. I'm done with it.
Yeah, and look, Devontae Adams and the Cowboys' offensive line kind of even out. So
there you go. That's exactly right. I'm done with the excuses.
Yeah.
Doing it. Joy of the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for